nice visual. When I'm myself, right? Uh, it looks very nice. It looks very nice. Okay. Okay. That's good. So my voice is not lagging, right? So when it lags, I will turn off my video, okay? Because sometime, as Murugesh says, it goes on and off when a screen presented and yeah, it was a rich experience only. I have started after my post graduation. I did all my schoolings and graduation till in Coimbatore only. I did in PSG and it's a Master of Social Work. Where was my specialization is into human resource, industrial relations, and perform. It was definitely a great learning. When I stepped out of the campus, it was totally a nightmare, I would say, because there wasn't campus hiring events at that time, especially for human resources and for the other engagements like BSc and other. We have seen the campus, but HR we have to do door to door to get a job, right? Yes, also experience as I have seen in the movies, Tamil movies, what we experience like gate to gate, door to door. I experienced the same. So that was a good experience too, I would call. Not sure how many of you have experienced it, but I have received that. Why it I have to enter door to door is like the visibility on the reality was very less. What I learned, what I see on the streets or on the organization was very less or totally different. It's only the department we call it as HR or a recruitment, internal recruitment, external hiring, different things, different the patterns of the process, all the same, but the actual practice is different. The roles and responsibilities are very different. So hence I had to face challenges. All the other interviews I have cracked myself or I learned from them and I cracked some other interview, finally sat in Wipro. Yes, good experience with Wipro. I worked around entire journey, half of my lifetime, I would say, right? 14 and a half years with Wipro. Worked in Bangalore, Kolkata, Cochin, and Chennai, and South Africa.
I'm sorry for
So,
disturbing you, sir. Can I ask Ashari ma'am to mute her mic because someone else, I think this Harshadi Patel, she has to mute her mic because we are able to hear from her platform. Thank you.
can I start? Yeah. All right. Okay, so I started with human resource recruitment activities onwards, like technical recruitment, then non-technical recruitment, even within the IT sector. And then I moved into a PMO called Program Management Operations, where after the resources are hired into the organization, what is the work they're going to do, right? I don't sit in the comfortable zone every 3 years once. I keep changing my role in the same organization, right? Because once I get comfort, I know that I will not be able to implement any new things. That is my thought process. Many work in the same, but I keep changing it so that I learn new things whenever I step into the new thing, right? So this roles and responsibilities has always given a learning for me. Yes, definitely I have had taken hard call in taking new roles and responsibilities which are totally out of the subject for me, right? But out of the interest, I got into that. So out of the interest means then I have to get into involved with the team, learn step by step, start from the scratch, and then get into each and everything. Yes, it have had multiple experience. Being a campus recruiter, I have had enough experience, and being as a business analyst, now I head the HR functions for the new organization, which is Palc Networks. Palc Networks is into a total segment of datacom and networking. which is definitely growing very well. We are doing 5 years, and it's so passionate, or it is so warming for me to be here, right? And I'm loving my work here, creating new policies, bringing new things, connecting the team together, and building new process, all to put together, right? When I see where the team was in and how I see the team now, it's totally getting different because I always engage the team to be together. So that makes each and everything to be win. 2 weeks back, an employee called me and said, it is so boring and we need to do something virtually at least. The immediate next moment, I started some Palc Olympics because it's an Olympic season. It was running that week. So I also started some called Palc Olympics. Yes, it is a virtual event. Around 90 members join. We conduct exercises. We do even running race. It is not a running race. It is a typing race. We call it as. It is a lot of we can plan anything. I just stepped into now. The team is quite relaxed from the work. Right, so it's totally a nice to work with the team. I always love it. If it is on the field, on the ground, or on the office premises, if you are working, enabling lot of things is more possible than the virtual things. Okay, so this is my official things, right? We'll get into the chat quickly, into the presentation very quickly. So about my family, when I say I have a son, wife was an Accenture employee, then she worked as a teacher, then she moved into house representative now. So so now she again want to jump into the job again because holding the responsibility for the kid and teaching him all the time is getting difficult for her. So I keep giving break for her every now and then. Right. So how many are liking to work from home? Ramya ma'am said no.
Pardon, sir, please repeat once again.
Okay, so how many of you like to work from home?
No, I don't like, sir.
Mhm. Okay, Viresh.
Actually, I am a lecturer, and then from last 2 months, a college had started
Mhm.
only for all employees. So it's a regular college from 10:30 to 5. So right now I am into my college, and we have to conduct our classes online from here only.
Right.
So, like sometime we think that since students are not there, so we get bored and we think that we need a kind of like work from home. And when we were having that, so we felt कि नहीं, college was fine. So it is like two-way.
Mhm. Okay. So, what was the challenges you have had during the virtual sessions?
During virtual sessions, we
Apart
don't
from
have we don't have a control on our student.
Mhm.
So they are like they will just join the session, but they may or may not be present during the session. So we
Mhm.
don't have a control on student activity as we would have in case of physical classes.
Mhm.
So lack of control, and then that leads to number of other things like they don't give you a proper response, they don't give you a proper result. Okay, so that was one challenge. How to like make it more interesting and how to retain their interest. That is more challenging.
Okay, that's nice. Anybody else want to share? Um, Dr. P. Suresh, do you want to share something? And Dr. Viresh, I'm seeing the names, so I'm calling them. So if you do not like, I'll not call them the names. I'm sorry. Thank you, madam. Okay, so ma'am, since you had pointed a few points, right? So you would have had some very good session, right? Apart from teaching and all, you would have had some fun also in there. So what was that? You would have seen a joke or even a comedy, you call it as Someone would be sleeping or gone out of the screen. So something, would you like to share with us?
Yes, many of our students, actually, our college is into a small town, and so students from nearby rural areas are there, from villages especially.
Mhm.
So when I was having my viva, so one of the student I saw, he was standing in a field, and I thought, what you are doing in a field, because you were supposed to be at home in front of your like a laptop and preparing, and like seems to be like ready for your viva. So I think you are enjoying in a field. So he said, no ma'am, I'm working in a field. So in his own mother tongue, in a regional language, he said कि नाही मी शेतात उभा आहे, मी शेतीचं काम करत आहे. That means कि I'm standing in my field and I'm working in a field and I'm helping my father. So, but the way he said in his tone, that was very funny, and we don't expect this from specifically engineer student, because engineer student seems to be a bit like indulge in their own studies and all those things. So I was happy. It was a funny, and I was happy that now they have realized the like they have got an opportunity to work as a farmer. So that was something I like.
Mhm. All right. Thank you. Thank you for sharing the story. Anybody else? Do you have some story to share? It's so nice to hear from Harshali ma'am. Anybody else have had an interesting things happened in your classroom, virtual or physical classroom? I have had enough because last benchers will create too much noise. So so we have had enough fun. Anybody else? I'm not a teacher now, so but I have created too much things. Not in a hurting way, but in a good way only. It was fun. It was nice when I come to go to college to for any presentation or anything. I feel like I became a student again. So that is the energy. It comes to in my mind, or it's a gut feeling or something comes into me. Whenever I come back from Bangalore to Coimbatore, I go visit once to my college. Security doesn't stop. They do not know me anyways, but we keep working around the entire hostel, everywhere I keep working and then come back. So I just regain my thoughts, regain my memories, everything, and then come back. All right. Good. So have you all visited your college again after your education is done or everything? So who do visit the college again? At least once in a year or maybe Faisal year. Anyone allowed to visit your own college which you have studied? Ramya said yes.
I would love to do, but no, I had not visited my college since I passed out.
Mhm.
But yes, definitely I will plan it in my future and with my kid. So that
Mm,
I want to show. Yes.
yeah, I show the same thing. Thanks for bringing. I show my kid that this is college which myself and a mom.
Yes, from far away. When I'm passing through that road, I just show to it to my kid that that is my school. So
Yeah.
he said, "Is it that big?" Yes, I see. So
Okay.
someday I hope to take him to my college and school.
All right. All right. Good. Yeah, I do visit school, ma'am. Definitely, it is a great memory because um, it was a British building which I studied in. It's a government school only. Uh, it's in Pollachi, right? So I have showed my son how the school what I have studied, what you study, see the difference between both the schools. Only learning difference, or learning alone makes a difference, right? Your habit, your attitude, everything has to be built based on your surroundings, right? So you live what you wanted to live is what I always say. So I love my school and I love my college too, right? I was an NCC student, and most of the time I wasn't there in college. I keep roaming around outside the camps. You go. RD parade, ID parade, everywhere. So this wasn't my. I wasn't a man of sitting before the computer at all. I was supposed to be in defense. Um, Man proposes, God disposes, right? So that applies in me. So I was eagerly waiting for that. My friends decided not to go there, and I also followed them. So then later I thought, at least I would have tried it, right? So that was the only one regret which I always keep coming in me. In case if uh, PM announces that even for till 40 years anyone can join army, means definitely I'll give a try. I can prove my physical skills also with them, right? So I'm still eagerly waiting. I did try during my fifth year in Wipro. I did try for a territorial army, but unfortunately, Wipro wasn't ready to allow that because territorial army is the one which you will release a person who was in the work, regular work, for 2 months, right? So 2 months you will not get salary from the organization you are working. 2 months military or Indian Army will pay you. So that is applicable only for uh, government organized people, government officials. They have mentioned that also gone for task, right? So all my passions got scattered over there. So now the other one has started. Who's my kid that he wants to be a policeman. He wants to be an army man. He has built passion. I never thought it. So he has started his own passion. Right. Good. So let's get into the um, sessions. I will. So I was called to talk about the effective team building and its prototypes, right? So let me share my screen. I'm keeping my video off. Whoever want to turn off is fine because just I wanted to start with to see you all. So if you want to keep it off, fine. I'm fine now. Thank you. Thank you for keeping it on when I requested. Hope you all see my screen, right?
Yes, sir. Yes. Screen is very clear.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So effective team building, right? And its prototypes is just part of it, right? Henry Ford has already mentioned, I love this quote too, right? Coming together is a beginning, keeping together is progress, and working together is success, right? Yes, it is always, be it a family or be it a school friends or be it a college friend or be it an official work or whatever it may be, it a game, sport, whatever you call it, as always, when we are together, we have always seen the winning, right? So let's get into the point, right? So let's make it more interactive and try to figure it out and what is a team and everything. So what is team in your sentence or in your learning? What do you call it as team? Anyone?
Involvement of total involvement of all members.
Mhm. Okay. It's from Neeraj. That is from Neeraj, right?
Yes, sir.
Ramya ma'am, Dr. Pratap sir. Okay, good. Sense of belonging among the team.
Sorry, Harshali ma'am, please can you mute?
No?
Yes. T to like what piece is that? I didn't understood exactly.
What is team in your understanding? So that
T is to talk. T is to talk with everyone,
Mhm,
and T is to like talk, team up.
mhm. Okay. Thank you. Right. Yeah, definitely. When we talk about team, we have enough thoughts, whatever we want to call together, enrichment or of achievement or motivation, whatever we can call, right? Finally, what kind of team we have, what kind of team is built, who is the leader, everything. It has ample of explanations, right? We do not want to step into only one discussion, one kind of definition. It's multituded and explicitly it has spread it over, right? There are different types of teams. Now if you ask me, I have faced now numerous teams in my work experience or even in the school experience too. It's enormous, and the kind of teamwork which I have to say that I have worked together means it is only in the NCC parades which I have seen that how to be a team, how to win as a team. Otherwise, in colleges, everything, because the number of ideas, conflicts, everything will come together, and many roles play together, which is apart from the game or which is not part of the dots, which will not connect you, will never connect to the dots. Many kind of people you will watch together, right? So have you all have had a successful team all the time? Anybody? You have had the best team in your life so far? Any one example? Mhm. Anyone must give an example, right? You must have had in your experience, you may be 5 years or 10 years or 15 years or 20 years in your field, right? Have you ever had experienced very good teamwork because of your team, right? This has made possible. Do you have a story to share? Or why do we need a team?
Is like can we share our experience from a personal side?
Definitely, yeah, because it's a teamwork, right?
Yeah.
It may anything.
So would like to share a teamwork which I had experienced in my life. Actually, when I was doing my MBA, and then students from various background were enrolled into that, and I did my MBA from University Department.
Mhm,
So, in our class, there were a girl student, like who were married, who was also one of them was divorcee, and amongst the boys, one was lawyer, and like people coming from various backgrounds. So initially, I being somewhat reserved in nature, it was very problematic for me to get adjust into that, because I was having completely different perception that student like me, like unmarried, just passed out from their graduation, like that kind of age group. So I was expecting that. So initially I was not able to adjust well into them. But then eventually, as the day passed and a number of things happened, like we were supposed to give a group presentation, group discussion, because MBA is all like it includes number of activities as a part of a curriculum. So as the days went on, and then eventually we formed a very good team. Like we were a group of a 15 student, and then we used to help out each other. Like I was very weak in finance, so number of student, like we used to divide our curriculum, and then we used to decide, and we used to sit in a library.
mhm,
So, and because of that team, yes, I should say this, that I got clear my finance subject in a very first attempt. So yes, that was a best team, and still we are in contact. And when I as a team, and at that time, like their background didn't matter to me, which was a very I used to get bothered because of their background. But then we turn out into a good team, and eventually we help each other on front, like in academics, at our personal levels also. So still I remember my those memories. I am having very good memories of that group still now. So that is the best team I can say.
Okay. Okay. That's nice, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, sir.
The ma'am has a story for 100 number of team member. Ma'am, would you like to share a story?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. So this goes way back in around 2007, 2008. We generally, the engineering people participate in technical festivals, like, coding competitions and all. So they were like offline on the campuses. So IITs, JNUs, Delhi University, NITs, all used to participate. So the Delhi University Computer Science Department had launched their initiative of a technical festival, and it had been running for 2 years. So when I joined, I was the first woman president of that society, which organized that fest. So the challenge was for us. We wanted to make it bigger. We wanted more sponsorships. We wanted more people from all over India to participate. So apart from finances, the challenges were to bring people from down south to North India, from eastern states to North India, and accommodate for them, and then try and accommodate as many people as possible. So it's if you can imagine an Indian marriage, people are coming and it's a 2 or 3 day festival, and there are lots of people coming in, and you have to take care of food, you have to take care of their accommodation, everything we had to do. So, and I being the first woman president, I am stressing on the word woman here because at that particular point of time, the girls were mostly into the administrative work, and they would not lead from front. So there were elections and I was voted. So I had, from the start, I had that confidence yeah, from my team members. The other challenge was that there were two groups of people, and they were diametrically opposite to each other. They were totally opposite. So one of the groups wanted some other person to be elected, and my group wanted me to be elected, but eventually I was chosen. I don't know how it happened. I just campaigned and I won. But my task was to bring together these opposing groups and big time, because we wanted to just launch it on a bigger scale. So I took into confidence, the leading executive member, that you take care of the people who trust you. I take care of the people who trust me. Then I got into the people who were already residing in hostels to take care of the accommodation. There were people who had experiences in, arranging their weddings for their own sisters, brothers, and they used to travel a lot. They used to have an idea about how to deal with caterers and, such kind of people. So I did not have that experience, but I identified those set of people who could do this task. So the ultimate decision was not just mine. I recruited, every, like, the senior people in the team were recruited to head their own respective areas. They hired or they involved the junior students to work as their executive members, and I would only talk to the main responsible people. So all of us, so whenever a decision was taken, I never questioned that. Okay, why did you book this caterer? Why this hotel was why this hostel was booked? Why not the other hostel? So that trust was there. And then was a treasurer. So we just just tallied our accounts, but no questions asked that why this budget went overhead or why it was not used. So, all in all, we started in July. The festival was in the coming month of February. So from July to January, all of us, we split the work and all of us worked like, one big thing. And the success story was that we had 74 teams who registered and 68 of them participated. And it was a biggest event of that time, and the credit just does not go to me, but all the people who, were. So I am saying the word 100, but there could have been 120 people, so I don't know how, because we were 2 years of MSc and 2 years of MCA people, each having 30 to 40 strength in each batch. So 4 batches were executing this. So it was an experience of a lifetime at the age when I was just 19 or 20. So that was one experience that I will never forget. And the only thing that I learned is that, being a good leader, you have to trust the decisions of your teammates, and you have to somehow relinquish control. You cannot make every decision yourself. So just identify people who are good at their tasks and let them do their job.
All right. Okay.
That's
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing your story. So you have got elected as an vice president, you said, right?
president. President.
President. Okay. So how did you get elected?
Okay, so they were opposing groups. So I had to win over not just my class who wanted to vote for me, but the other class also I wanted them to vote for. So within my class there were like 2 or 3 people who were also contenders, but I talked to them that okay, one of us can take a lead. So I want to take this chance. So if you are nominate yourself, then in that situation, our votes will get cut down. So I literally talked to my own competitors. So they understood, some of them understood, and they themselves backed out, not out of, they were afraid or something, no, just out of, that strategy, I will say that, okay, we want our person to be the leader. So they, out of strategy, 2 or 3 people backed out. So there were only 2 or 3 people from my group who wanted to be elected. Then I launched a full-scale campaign where I created my, points, and I dropped an email. There used to be Google groups and Yahoo groups in those times. We used to communicate on groups. So I just created a pamphlet, and I told them what are my weaknesses, what are my strengths, and then I talked about what I different I want to do. So apart from what was already happening, there was one rule that the organizing institute students cannot participate in this technical test. So I told them that that is a loss for our students because we are just doing all the labor, but we are not enjoying the fruits. We cannot participate in the same test we are organizing. So I organized an intra-departmental where only the department students will participate. The national level thing would be different. So they all got excited that they are also gaining something out of it. So I, put forward points that what new changes I will be making. So I had, out of 100, 120 people, I had 60 people around in my corner. And then we moved to the next batch, which we had to tackle that who were not so in favor of me, and we put together all of them in the same room. All of them had a heated discussion. We were like literally shouting our hearts out, and there was a big room, and only those 2 batches who were 2 groups which were opposed to each other. They were just giving points on why she should be chosen and why the other person should be chosen, and then finally, with logic and whatever previous history we discussed, a joint decision was made by both the groups that this person should be chosen. But as a formality, a voting was taken place, and thankfully I won. So, but it was kind of more of strategy and tactful talking and communication with both the parties that I feel helped me a lot.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much. So tell me one thing, last question for you, very simple one. You tell me, what would have made you want your skills or communication, or because you have leadership skills, or because the thoughts are thoughtful?
See,
Can you please repeat the question?
Okay, so what would have made one Grover madam, right? One Deepika Grover, right? Okay. So what would have made you one? Your
Okay, so
communication or your leadership skills, or you have academic skills, or you are thoughtful. Give me one word answer for this.
not academics definitely because I was at that point of time I was not focused on my extracurricular activities. I feel communication and trust. Two words I will use: communication and trust. These are the only that helped me very well.
Okay, thank you
Yes,
so
communication. Communication is the answer from my side, sir.
right, right. Cool, cool. Definitely. I will also stand with the communication only because when we share the right communication, right, and with right people, and we should know the layers in case if you are acting as a manager, right, or a project manager, you'll have some 4, 5 project leads under you. These 5 should carry the right message to your team, right? Everyone should have the same understanding. There can be between the conflicts, be it between here and there, on sharing the points or meeting the deadline or meeting the target, right? Whatever it may be, there can be, but the message to attain the goal, right? How Vandita madam was saying, like that she has to win. Means okay, yes, the communication has to go straight. She definitely has made a valid communicative. She has proved herself that she is a good communicator, right? Communication is not only speaking English, right, or speaking in whatever the language we wanted to use at that time. The message, what we shared, did it reach it right? Or did they understand it right? That is very important. And here is an example also, right? Yes. Okay. So let's move on. What is team building? Team building. We every topic we take, we get numerous of ideas, numerous definitions, as I say. It can be a building of process or strategy or building a rapport or whatever it may be, right? It comes with combination of many things like these. As we said, the communication stands a very important factor for any team building work. Efficiency, delegation, ideas, and support. What all will make this will bring for that achievement? Anyone has an idea? Communication, we spoke already. On jumped into the topic directly because that was an important key factor to learn. So what is the next point? Who can explain me about it if you have had an experience for that?
So delegation is very important because one person cannot do everything, and given if you have a small scale team or a large scale team, it's very important to identify the skill sets of different team members and delegate work to them because they know best to do that job. So it's very
Yes.
important to identify right people for the right job. So delegation is important.
True, true, right. Yes, delegation, that teams that work well together and understand the strengths and weaknesses of each team member, right? One of the benefits of teamwork is that team leaders and members are adept at identifying all the aspects of a project and allocating tasks to the appropriate team members. During my interview, when I asked the candidates, right, they put, I'm a good team leader, I'm effective communicator, everything. So what did you do as a team leader? And I say, they said, I asked them to do the work. What did you do? This is the only thing I did. So where is I leader should have the thinking of what should be having a thinking beyond what others will think, right? Only then you can stand as an effective leader. Making to do given the task, ask them to do whether they completed or not, checking all those things is not a leader, it's a supervision, right? So how do you engage your students into these activities? What are your exercises into this to make every student an appropriate leader, right? Everyone cannot be a leader, yes, I agree, but how do you identify for example, if you are assigning a project task, right, or a project work, whom will you identify as a leader? Only the person who's studying well, or only those who are ranked or topping 5 in the chart, or anybody else, or you give option to them. How do you
So
identify?
many a times what is like my observation that those students who are very studious but they are not that much of social, okay, they love their own space. So these kind of they hardly play a good leadership kind of role. And my preference goes for those students who are very active in extracurricular kind of things.
Mhm,
Like yes like we like I do conduct this communication skill classes. So what I do, I divide my student into various groups, and accordingly I give them certain activities or regular sessions activities. And like after observation I just find out who are very outspoken, who are very interested in taking part in initiations actually, and then who are very social in nature. So those students they show good leadership skills.
mhm,
So like my preference goes for those students who are very outspoken and take regular part in extracurricular activities instead of studious. That is also one of the required parameters. But then like many times we see the student who are like good into in social aspect, they can lead the group very well.
mhm. Right. Okay. So why you did not give a chance to who doesn't do or not enough, as you say, not a communicator or not an social easily getting mingle with the social team or whatever, right? So as I do, as you have said, they are not speaking all those things, everything, etc., etc. Fine. But how will you ensure he'll also come out of his or her own comfortable zone and prove themselves that they do have how to do it? Because after getting into the organization, these people, right, who you are thinking that they're not speaking everything, right? They remains the same also. I'm not blaming you at all. Okay, nobody I'm blaming it. I'm seeing that there are some gaps which needs to be built, right? For especially those students. If yes, if you ask me, even I was part of like that only. When they are asked to talk, I hide behind someone's shadow. I may not look like that now for you, but I hide behind someone's shadow because our way of education was different at that time, and everything was different. Now it is totally changed. My kid speaks too much, so I go out to put zip his mouth to stop. So the it has different, but even in the same school, there are people hide under someone's shadow. Okay, he will talk, she will talk. There are pointers who brings that message alone. Someone will not even speak out of this. These people are really getting struggle when they come into an organization. When you feel that person is not speaking, not effective, or not having any dedication, or they may have dedication, they may be bookworm, right? Even at least bookworm will speak sometimes, but those who are not even speaking, not even sharing any information, you have to pull their legs out of the. Use give a small activities to them, not a project activity. Make a 2-member team or 3-member team for them. Make them effective. Give a chance to them. Give more chance. They may fail. They may not meet your expectations. They may not provide the proper results, but give a chance. We without giving a chance, they cannot. Okay, somebody is speaking. Let me keep quiet. Okay, anyways, teacher will call them only. Right. Anyways, my professor will not attend me at all. That first 2 rows, whoever is good in speaking everything, hey, you attend, or you attend, you go, man, you go, girl. All those things will come into the boxes on the picture when quickly and teamwork is given. Last week I was taking an interview. A person was pointing about this team leadership, how Vandita ma'am was saying, right? Uh, she explicitly pointed that she has done effective leadership skills. That was very nice. Only 5-member team. In that 5-member team, she leads the team. Who has to do what assignment of work, what kind of roles and responsibilities to be given. Everything it was explicitly pointed out. So that was the right leadership. Yes, she speaks, but I have seen out of 100, only 10% speaks. Remaining 90% are just the member in the team. Either they follow the instructions. Yes, it is definitely have to be followed. Did you share any thoughts? No, I was only following the instruction. Yes, very good. But why you did not share the thoughts? No one speaks about it. Okay, you have completed a project, right? Tell me about this project. What was your effective role? Is your project finally running? When I asked, no, I do not know whether it is running or not, whether it is in practice or not. They don't speak that. Uh, uh, Traffic system, okay, traffic system. I have seen at least some 5,000 projects in the 5,000. I have attended at least some 10,000 to 15,000 interviews at least. I have conducted so many interviews in my 15 years of life. When I ask about, do you know that the project which you have done is effectively functioning? Why you did not go for a further steps? They finish the assignment because it is an obligation. They consider it as an obligation. Okay, I have to do it. That's it. The further steps, I will feel settled only when my project is running. So how do you are feeling comfortable when your students pass with excellent, when they go into the campus, everything, you're fine, you are happy there, right? So you should ask your students. Many of you may be asking, I'm just bringing in the point, right? Is the project working? The project which they have done in Java or .NET or SharePoint, whatever the skill it may be, the project, whatever they have done, is it working? Did they do, if it is a UA based project, is it a website based project? Did they create a website? What was the feedback? Is it looking good? Did you check it? Can anyone share? Because when I ask students, they say they do not know. Very rare comes out with the picture because they would have done something different project. This traffic management system, parking lot system, it's a downloaded project. I can call it as. It may not be wrong, but what did you change in that? Why that implementation of the project is not being observed in part of that? Only then they will come out of that, say, stage of fear or stage of comfortable, whatever it may be. You have to pull their legs. You have to be in their socks. They should not feel that, okay, I cannot submit a project just like that, download from somewhere and I just post it here for my appendix or whatever it may be, right? Just for Viva was, I will speak whatever I can. If it is not being used in the live, whatever you have done, then you should reduce the marks. You bring a practice for them. At least the next 3 year, 4th year, next whoever it is, you start from now itself and make sure that they are making it live, making it working. I developed a car, I only designed it. Okay, designer work is fine. The engine, those who designing an engine, yes, he has to make the car run. Only designing alone will not help. He has to design, has to make it run, right? Everything has to be built. I have created, being in HR, right? I have created an interview bot when I was in Wipro. This interview bot, I was just totally suddenly called into the meeting. I said, you have to handle this project. This I didn't know, whatever it may be. Okay, let me thought. Okay, it was an additional work. I have to spend more hours on it. Keeping a kid, wife, and all personal things, I have to keep it away because I have to spend at least some 18 hours in a day. Apart from my regular works, I have to spend more time on it. So it was totally a nightmare when I wanted to see new. As soon I entered the lab, it started inspiring me. Lot of intuition coming in me, lot of thoughts. Okay, this is that virtual bot, they said. Oh wow, what is that? what it will do. Everything I got to know. Then I started imposing my ideas. I started researching. I want the way, because I was given as a leader there. I have to follow it because it was our product. It is being developed by somebody else for us. How my candidate should see the product. How, what are the things I need to observe in this? It was just not just an independent work. It was a team work, collectively gathered together. When I post some points, they come with, they will not sorry, the digital team or whatever, the designers, right? They will not reject it. They see how it can be applied. Or they come with a thought that this can be done in the later stage. Why? Because let's implement the first process. They come with the pointers and make the other person comfort. Whoever if they make me comfort, right? Because these points will work in later stage. This is what I might have thought, like maybe you'd think like a direct Shankar, maybe graphical thought I would have brought in, because we are making a product. Let's make it more creative. Let's make it more approachable. It should not stand idle, start from the scratch. We have started something good. Let's make it. We have done it. We have did the testing in NIT Rourkela, IIT Mandi, and IIT Ranchi also. NIT Ranchi also they have done, I guess. Right. I've been to these two campuses, so it went very well. The bot takes the technical interview. The bot identifies the candidate. The bot, the whatever the features we have implemented, right? So you cannot conduct an interview without this. We made it like that. We saved numerous. It was not cost effective now because we saved a lot of money for the organization by implementing this. No technical person need not to travel. We need not to come with 20, 30 technical panels into the college and pool the crowd. Cost for college, cost for the your infrastructure, hospitality, everything comes into the cost. Now, because of this, it get reduced. One bot makes the interview go very easier. It does the screening, it does the passion, it brings everything, it gives emotions too. So it all happened only because of the teamwork. There was a person who comes and puts the what to say, puts a stone on this process. There was a person who was always throwing stones on this, but we always had only one thought. Let's not keep that person in mind at all. We stood as a wall, and the stone hit him back on. Right, the leader or the team should stand strong as like a wall, so that whoever throws pebbles or whatever it may be, it hits them only. It hits the back who is throwing it, or it turns to them. So I have seen a very effective team, right, with dedication, with proper communication, with all these things, ideas, efficiencies. Support, our project support was built with the finance and everything, and a team manager who project manager and delivery manager who comes into the picture and brings us a support on moral support, right? What all the things I need to achieve, this means I need all these things. You fund it, you make it happen. I can prove this. Many things. It came, it went very well. After I came out, people should show the interest in using it, right? So I did not follow it now because it's not a right thing to follow with the team, because I'm no more part of the pro. But however, when I did with passion. When I was given, I want the team to be followed. I left the ideas to everyone. Anyone can share the ideas. Let's make it progress. Let's make it together. Only togetherness, right? Communication. Right? Am I boring you all? Am I boring you all?
No, sir.
No?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
No, sir,
So,
not at all.
okay, madam. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, so then I can go with a joke for you. Uh, I forgot the joke. Okay, a teacher asked a student, "Why are you sleeping in the class?" The student replied, "Ma'am, your voice is so sweet. That is why I'm sleeping." He said, "Teacher, then why others are not sleeping?" Right. Teacher said, "They aren't listening to you, madam." See, this is the impact of virtual uh, uh, sessions. You know why? Can anyone answer me why? Or should I repeat the
There
joke?
is no one-to-one. There is no one-to-one interaction in virtual mode.
Okay, at least we had covered little. We are able to speak now. When we say some joke, no, I cannot see anybody laughing it. Even if you're laughing, it is only for yourself. Cams are not on. We cannot see each other, right? We are all mute and laughing, right? Our laugh has become like that now. I'm liking it. Work from home. Not all the days. Maybe 2 days once or weekly 2 days work from home is fine. At least Monday and Friday work from home is fine for me. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I can go to office. It's nice to be in office around people to meet the team, and it gets effective too. I have heard from my project manager say that I am my getting work done, right? Whatever the assignment I'm giving you, it's a work is getting done, but it is not getting done when it wants to get done because of the challenges, home challenges, physical challenges, network challenges. Now it's heavily raining here in Coimbatore now, so many challenges cannot go out, or I have stepped out for something. I got into missed something. Suddenly, wife called me, "Go buy these things, son. My internet is working, not working." He also raises an issues. Many things. It keeps coming around. That's why it's getting delayed, and it's totally understandable and acceptable. So, but in office premises, these things are avoided. Only work is focused, and it's so nice also being worked together. In this startup, it started. It has a very good story for Palc Networks. Wipro, a couple of Wiproites have joined here. They did invited me. They joined when there was a, how you would have heard Google or Amazon that they worked in an godown or in the car space or in the garage they have worked, right? So like that only with the shutter, this Palc Networks was began. And with more passion, when everyone said do not join startups, everyone wanted to stop me when I was stepping out of Wipro. I had only one thing in mind. I need to learn. I need to do something good, and I want to do something better, right? Where I have a chance, where I have a voice to speak. I call out freshers. I have called out freshers here. I did not go for campus. We had went to campus because of this before the COVID. IIT Goa, IIT Gandhinagar had been part of us, and NIT Trichy. NIT Trichy people are here. We have even for recent joiners also there. It wasn't through campus. I say that to you, right? So these people came out with their passion only to reach out to us with the passion of working into networking and datacom domain. The way the datacom and networking structures are going, we work for customers to customer. That kind of quality which we have built in Palc Networks. The way the Palc is growing, the numerous positions which are coming in, we have given an opportunity whoever has reached out to us, mostly the young generation, right? Reaching out of the college and getting into the opportunity and prove their skills. We have students from Amrita. We have students, Trichy, I do not know, only NIT I know, NIT Trichy, there are a couple of them. NIT Suratkal, there are many. And from MEPCO Sling from Sivakasi, right? So a lot of people, students are from here, right? So it's very impressive that every college is getting connected together. I'm trying to connect the dots, whether if you have the same alumni of any other college students are found in the LinkedIn pages, I'm trying to bringing them together. We did not go for extensively campus hiring because our numbers are not very high. We gather the positions, and we are, as we are growing, that numbers will get developed. But we do not believe in the numbers of 5,000, 10,000, 20,000 and all, because these 10,000, 20,000 when we hire, I have seen in that 70% remains in the bench. You know bench, right? Free pool. People chat around, like how I am seeing a stone bench here, right on the screen here, or it's a desk kind of thing is shown. Woof, they keep chatting around. Out of college into another big campus with paid salary, right? They keep chatting, they keep running. When I saw them, all these people, for when I was saying the bot, right? I used only these people who are simply sitting on the bench, stone bench, or in the trees, under the trees. They keep chatting. They form a group together. When you call for a project, form a group, or come, let's do employee engagement, that group will get shattered, run away. Oh, it's a bench. Let's come and sit together, means everyone will join together like a bees. So when I started my activity for testing them into my product, right, then that group was not there at all. They know that this man comes, he will pull me into testing, and I'll use them for testing for at least 1.5 hours. Till that person completes, next person has to wait. Now that group from there has got scattered around. I told them, either you have to be in the project or you have to come for the project testing. We are using a product, we need tester. I cannot pull those who are already into the project, right? So find the resources wherever it is available. Okay. So let's move to the delegation, right? Excuse me. Delegation, you all know, like so it's a team that work together, understands and weaknesses of each team member, right? One of the benefits of a strong teamwork is that team leaders and members to adapt in identifying all the aspects of project, allocating tasks and appropriate team members, right? Efficiency, you know, a strong and cohesive team develops systems that allow them to collaborate efficiently in completing their task in a timely manner. Though working together, colleague or be it a colleagues or be it a students or friends, will be aware of their own capabilities, and that capabilities of the group in general can organize the workload accordingly, bringing in the ideas. When a team works well together, colleagues feel, right, or the workforce or the pals in the team will feel more comfortable offering suggestions and ideas. A respectful and a trusting team environment will not only enable the colleagues to work creatively, sorry, colleagues to think more creatively, but it will lead to more productive and collaborative brainstorming sessions. So what are the brainstorming sessions do you do in your classroom? What are the things you do new in your classroom? Can anyone?
एक बार पूछ रहे तब तक मेरे को जो नया वाला लिंक है वो भेज देते तेरे को.
Tulika ma'am, did you say something? Okay, anybody else? what are the brainstorming sessions or new things you do in your classroom sessions? If you are doing, yeah, Tulika ma'am. Okay, can someone start? Okay, maybe you are doing it. Okay, but I want you to do it more often in a class. If your class timetable, if your timetable represents for 45 minutes, take at least. Yeah, please.
Sir, I'm a teacher in DPS Gaya.
वीडियो चल रहा है मैम या तो उनकी दिक्कत.
Okay.
We usually start the class with brainstorming sessions where we ask some questions to the students. We usually like it's something like an icebreaker activity, and students like we ask the questions so that they can give their responses to like some open-ended questions we put forward.
Okay, so ice-breaking sessions. Yeah, I remember about the ice-breaking sessions, which work very well. Very first time when I got into an corporate and I was called for an ice-breaking session in the recruitment team. I do not know, frankly speaking, I do not know what is ice-breaking also. Okay. I thought I had to break an ice or something. First of all, that was the thing only came in my mind, ice-breakings. None of my colleagues also was knowing because everyone was almost new to that word at that time. During 2007 Feb.
So
I can
it's a
remember.
kind of sessions like warm up so that they can easily being aware of the topic that we are going to teach them.
That definitely. I believe that. Right. After that, I got to know what was ice breaking session. So we had to be 5 teams, and we are being split by the team. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 called, and all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 separated the team. So someone started with the ice breaking session. Then I got an idea. Okay, so they are only introducing the one person was called out to introduce the other team members. Some was introduced by all by themselves. All of a sudden, I got some idea about. I discussed with the team very quickly. I think. Oh, I made them to stand facing the wall, and I gave very good command and also the funny comment about them. And I'll not call the name. That person will identify their own strengths, own work strength, and also the other part of their strengths, right? So by knowing that strength, they will call. They will turn towards the other person. So by doing this, okay, I have made the other team members also made them understand how much what kind of work they are doing, what is their strength, what kind of work they do, or sometimes I would have called their weakness also. Yes, my team members said that at the end of the everyone done, right? They said that thank for pointing my mistakes. Also, they have told me not all because everyone have the negative team member sometimes present there, but still they have showed that I did not realize that they said. So they have corrected it. Some of them corrected it, and some of them gone against me sometimes, right? But it was not hard. But they, why did you say that kind of thing? It's okay to know. It's okay to understand. It's okay to speak. We can change it, right? It's if you ask my weakness, I will list it down, right? And I want to say this point when I said weakness, right? I don't like this question in the interview at all. Like, what is your strength? Strength is fine, right? What is your weakness? I don't like to hear that word at all. Weakness. Do you teach your students or your class okay students to write about strengths and weakness in the profile? Does anyone does this?
So we
Or
usually make anecdotal records. So there we mention some personality traits of
No,
the
no,
student?
I don't. It's not about hiding it. I'm Dio map, right? Dio.
Yes, yes, sir.
I'm not against you at all. Definitely, it has to be put in the sun. Everyone saying, and it's not compulsory to. I would say, right? If I speak, I see weakness. I have asked the student, why did you put this weakness, and what are you expecting me to do for your weakness? Yes, you have no answer for it. I don't know, sir. My teacher told me that you have to put weakness and what they have said. Why? Even I was asked, why? What is your weakness? Why will you? Why do you want to know my weakness? Will you play around with my weakness? You ask my strength. You ask my name. Everything is fine, right? I may have what a weakness, any type of weakness, maybe health weakness or a skill weakness or an uh, personality weakness. What is that doing with you? Okay, if I say weakness, will you still hire me? Don't teach your kids to put the weakness in your profile, in their profile. They need not to know. I don't ask the questions easily about the self introduction from the students at all. In my all my HR interviews, I don't ask their what is written in the profile or self introduction or introduce yourself. I never asked it. From the profile, I ask their questions. I made it a practice because self-introduction is like cup of tea for them. All over a night, they burn their midnight oil and they bring with forth the entire self-introduction for the HR meeting, HR interviews. Sorry, till their name is called, they keep telling that in their mind. One person asked me, "Sir, self-introduction you did not ask me." After all done, he asked me, "Sir, you did not ask me self-introduction. You have said everything. Why will I ask you that? Are you prepared for it? Yes. How much time did you spend for it? Sir, almost 100 times I said to him, sir. Then I will not ask. Let's. I will call the next candidate. Bringing different approaches always makes them also think better. Training ourselves, right? If you are a right-hander, you try to learn, bring something new for your brain, teach something your brain. How? It's very simple, right? If you're a left-hander, sorry, if you're a right-hander, you brush every day with your right hand, right? So why didn't you brush once with the left hand? You see, your brain will start something thinking new. Why my person is doing this all of a sudden? The left side of your brain also will start working. Schulte table. Use it as Schulte table for your students. Make them, that is very impressive. That makes them attentive, makes them put focus. Or you can do for yourself also. That is very nice. The way you learn, the way you bring your brain attention for the 30 seconds is very impressive. You yourself can make many things in that. It makes your brain to think new. If it is in the present, I would have made something, some exercises for you all. Right? It's definitely you teach yourself, your brain something new every day. Not about the learning or anything, right? It's just every day you go to school in the normal route or anything. Why don't you change your route and see how your brain is reacting? You just see one, no, your way, the thinking. Oh, where will I go? What is this new route? Will I go right? Will I go left? What will the thinking will change? The brain will start learning new things here. Without the map, you try. You try. You'll definitely you that the way the motive is for you to make reaching your college will definitely will happen. Teach your brain exercise. These are called brain exercises too. Many are there. Right, that Schulte table is really fun, and it's only numbers. To driving from ascending to descending or descending to ascending, whatever you can call. Anyone knows this? I pinged on the chat.
No, sir. No, sir.
You try this. In a day, you can print it and keep it yourself every day as a morning exercise. Just brush with your right hand or left hand. Change your hand. Change your habit. Right? Good habit. Something. Change your habit. I mean, the way of going to school or whatever. You change the route and see how you're reacting. You will also get impressed by yourself. So your brain also will start thinking. That's one kind of exercise you are bringing it for yourself. Right? So it's so good to have. So then you will have more ideas too, right? Support them. Support your students with whatever they can. Yes, you can definitely stood against them, right? If the point is wrong, you can always change, but do not hurt them, right? You make a change, make a word, make a statement where they can go home and rethink. They should not go shutter themselves at that they got disappointed. An effective team building cannot get disappointed. The all the workplaces which provides challenges, but having a strong team environment in place, right, can act as a supporting mechanism for other members, right? So one can help each other improve their own performance as well as working together and improving their professional development. Building bonds on trust and reliance on each other can extremely important when facing a particular difficult challenge or if the group is forced to deal with the loss of a team member, loss of a team member while continuing and maintain the productivity. So improving the team efficiency, everything is through this 5 pointers. There are many can be, right? Everyone can bring with 5 pointers, 6 pointers, 7 pointers. But these are the 5 things which are very important to maintain a team which will bring a successful team. So start doing some exercises for your students, right? All of a sudden, my professor comes in, starts with the topics, everything. It's already planned or already sketched what needs to be done. Change the thought one day. One day you start with the with a new with an activity in the beginning or in the mid or the end of the day. One day you change yourself, you plan yourself, right? So teach students to be very practical oriented, right? Let not bring them to be more bookish. Bookish is fine. They can do it. Definitely they come with new things. We have rejected one candidate because the candidate is only bookworm. The candidate is not able to speak when it is something asked beyond the book. That candidate will have a lot of struggle when placing the project or everything, whatever it may be. They can, if they had created a book, yes, they are very well. If they only come and puke on the book, right, whatever is written on the book, they cannot, they are struggling there. They are struggling in the projects to perform themselves. They are fighting with themselves. The confidence level, even if we try to build, even if we're giving more time, it got built. When it is built that I'm not able to do it, means they're finding very hard time to come out of it. But those who are practical oriented, those who are more showing more interest on it, they are able to cope up with anything. They even in the current organization or even in the previous organization, when I call for a team engagement, people will come very slowly to the team. Out of one team, out of 5 in a team member, one will come out slowly. Okay, whether someone will get out or not, my eyes keep searching. Not now. For me, I does it. I step out quickly. I don't like people sitting all the time only on the work. So don't make a workplace like a graveyard, right? You will wake up only when the God comes, right? So make them to come out of their work. Even if it is a class, those who are not speaking, you have to pull the strings out of them. They should come and speak. They should communicate. Make them effective. They speak in English only when they're called for interview. They don't speak at all. They can say only as I say, only the introduction. That is not at all important. Whether you are able to communicate to me to the questions I ask. If I ask 10 questions, are you able to answer me? I'm not going to check grammar. Are you able to speak first? Even I do mistakes in grammar. I have done a lot. Even I will be doing mistakes also in the next 10 years. Also, if you ask me, I will be doing mistakes in grammar. I'm not expecting that. At least speak. Very less. People are speaking very less. Make a team work, build a lot of game activities, communication activities. Ask them to draw. One person, make them stand in a line, make a 5-member team, right? Ask them to draw a picture. Okay, give only one picture to one leader. Okay, all the leaders, or you take 5-member team, you see, okay, 5 leaders, give one picture to all the 5 leaders as the same picture, right? And ask them to draw it. Let the team members draw in the way the leader is guiding them. I have communicated this game in my last week with my team members. It is the same image for everyone. I mean, the team leader has given an image. They chosen all the members. She will guide. I mean, she or he was guiding it. Every image, every member started with a different scenario. You will learn the leadership skills of each and member. You learn the ability of the member of that team by how the leader is representing, how they see that image. Okay, I have given an female face to draw. Okay, how she's going to start or he's going to start, how they going to start. One person started like this. He started like start curving, put the wavelengths here and there, put a circle, put an oval. Okay. One person was very impressive. She was telling, draw a cross first. I mean, divide 2 lines. And now it's done. It's the same image given to everyone, but everyone represented in their different manner. Some came with logic, some came with thought, some just started it, right? So I was pretty impressed with the person who's dividing the picture and how to draw everything. It's very quick and reactive. Okay, draw an image so that we can connect the circle. Draw a line which is not too hard or too lighter, so that I can see the line because it's happening virtually. They did very well. They could not connect the exact image, but I would say it is 50% right. So do exercises for your team. Communicate. Ask them to by writing on the back with a paper. I have to think what it may be, right? We would have played in your childhood and all, writing on our back A, B, C. We write many things, and we have to find it out. That is another communication. Learn them, make them grow, make them achieve more things in their life. These are one of the important factors which I wanted to which we have already spoke together, right? So which will bring how to be an effective team, right? So this is like a winning team or a successful team, I would call. Establishing the objective together. How this will be done? Anybody? I think I'd taken a lot of time. Anyone like to share? Team meetings, yes. More. Right. Yes. As you all saying, I would stand to that point, right? Definitely, the well-planned agenda is a very good word to speak. The object, establishing the objective together, right? When a team is given an activity or a task to complete it, first framing the team and making the selecting the members for it, and or even if it is not selecting the member, right? If it is college, you'll be selecting who all I wanted, who all be supportive for me, yes, fine. But think from the perspective when they go to the work, right? How they have to be represented. They, if they are always choosing the same members, you change the members. You do not allow them that they have to be with the same. I mean, like only A, B, C, D or the friends, change A to Z. You mix it up. When they are choosing somebody, don't let them choose. You make a change. Let them get comfortable with all the everyone ideas. They have to win. They have to be strong enough in the organization which they are going to work. It is definitely then they have to come with new thoughts. They have to accept the new members. Do a department wise mix up. May bring the change. They have to come out of that comfortable zone. Now, promoting the responsibilities. Right. So once the objective is given, he or she has to take this objective role. This you have to own this responsibility. That whatever is given, it has to be and accurately submitted on time. How are they going to do? How do you promote responsibility for each members? Why do you choose that member? Any example someone has?
The skill division.
Skill division. Okay. Next. Anything else? So why are we not talking? Come on, you give your ideas. It's no wrong or no right, right? You would have explicitly or used in your classroom sessions or whatever it may be. Fine, give your thoughts and let others also learn from you. Okay, let me start because every team meeting has its own importance, right? So to lead to lead one's mind to creativity and how to encourage one-on-one or take initiatives, combined effort for the single target what we wanted to make, providing space for the individual growth, broadens everyone's visions, and how to reward or recognize them, move by side, which is one of the important to be in a team building work. Making a team actually brings them get together, get connected, share ideas. You make this change, they will be out of fear from their college work to the organization, whichever they are going to go, they will be out of fear. They will think new. Oh my God, it's something is getting connected. You mix up the departments for them. You take new, they will start sharing. Now they will be left like blindfolded when you mix up the friends, when you do not leave them to be stay together in the work, project work. After that, they can be friends or roam around or whatever. In the work comes work, it is only the work. Be it a friend or be it once you have done mistake, a friend cannot come and change it, right? So they let them come out of that fear. Let them not settle down with whatever he under someone shared shades. So make the change with your team and make them grow as more confident. Okay, so it's going up and down. Developing a great participatory role. Only leader should not act in what the role is given. Everyone in the team member must take own their participate, own their responsibilities, right? Only when they own it, they can produce it. They have to make that happen for themselves. A leader cannot talk. A leader should talk only when the team stumbles. A leader should pitch in only at that time. It should not happen. They should have a lot of practice. They should have taken a proper goal discussions, group discussion, whatever it may be. It should have the exercises would have got completed before itself. Then they know where the leader should speak, where the leader should guide, and everything. So developing a right participatory role is very important for the team. And focus on the contribution. Right? An activity is given. Focus on the aim. Focus on the goal which you wanted to attain. One of my couple of my not couple around yeah 3 of my recent colleagues got awarded by the customer for making their customers satisfaction. It is very well known because I'm working for a customer, ABC customer, and ABC customer has some particular customers. This is a project which we have delivered on the quality of work, quality of the product, quality on the coding, right? It met, exceeded the expectations of the customers. They got rewarded. That is the one. We should not work as an end user, how I will feel this coding. As an end user, how I will see the problems. What are the things I will see as a change, right? If it comes to me, if I am the one using it, how I will see it. As I was saying initially about the interview bot, I was seeing the product from the student perspective, as a user perspective, what all the things I will do, how I can manipulate it. I thought all the negative things only here. Why? Because so that I can understand the problems here and I can go and fix it in the back end. So through each and every angle, I thought through this and we have developed it. So to this establishing the objective together, promoting the team's responsibility and developing a participatory role, focusing on the contribution, what every person has to do, how much percentage or everyone is dedicated to do, how many hours they have to work. Hours of work. When I say, oh my God, my candidate was saying, how many hours do I have to work? So on the first day, first question from the candidate, sorry, from the employee, a fresher. After completing the HR onboarding session, everything was done. Okay, do you have any questions? Yes, sir. One person raised the hand. So how many hours do I have to work? It was already told it is 9 hours. Okay, then I gave him a choice. Do you like 15, 16 or 17? I said. He was thinking, or his eyes was already rolling out of the his body, right? He was almost like so maybe he choose the least one, 14. Why did you choose only 14? Why not 17? No, so I may not work at that till that time. How do you think that you cannot work? Have you ever tried it? No, they didn't try it. Is it going to be all day? Did you ask me questions on top of that? Sorry, if it is, there is no passion. There is no passion to work. I want to work. I want to get salary and work only for limited hours. I will get salary. People has changed their mindset, especially the freshers who are coming in. I'm seeing that the mindset of the working has changed. They want money. School kids are talking about the trading. School kids are okay. What is cryptocurrency? What are bitcoins? Wow, so much money. Yes, yeah, all of so much money only. It will be on digital. How will you get in hand? Be thinking about to settle down lavishly very sooner. Not to have immediate effects, or I cannot do that much work, this much work. How? I have worked for recruitment. I have worked so much. I did not mean only me. The work goes. You all see I was thinking, okay, don't take me wrong. I was thinking like teachers' work are very simple work. Okay. I was thinking, this was my thinking only. Okay. When my wife started working as a teacher, then I thought that teacher's job is a very hard job, I thought. For me, for ours. I mean, hard job, there are so many hard jobs out there. The way she sit and do a preparation for the next day class, for the other class, third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade, till eighth grade. She forgot us. Almost she forgot us. She takes everything into compassion, dedication, commitment. When it all came together, she could not sit idle. She don't like a like a person like don't do anything like scattering on the speaking in the air or whatever. It takes as a commitment, dedication, full contribution comes there. My God, I thought then I will never fit in for a teacher job. I thought because I cannot put so much learning for. I am not a bookish person. I my habit has changed like being a systematic person. I can do animations, I can do something technological development I can do, but don't write me, ask me to write scripts. Don't ask me to for annual and annual events and all. Don't ask me to write scripts or whatever. Whoa. It was, and I appreciate you all for being a great professors. It's complete um, uh, clap from me with full hearted for being a professor. I realize that how important it is. Make an effective team. All this has to be built. Successful team, we said, an effective team we are seeing. And now critical stage. Quickly get in. This is very critical stage with the team. You might have seen all these is this makes an ineffective team. What are these? A sense of entitlement and a need to be a special mix in the workforce or competitive workforce place competitive it is and self-striving and little regard on for team working. Individuals will have expectations about what they deserve and this is what they usually means. They believe others don't deserve the same benefits, praise, salary. The alternative is to understand everyone makes a different contribution and everyone are part of the team and therefore valuable. But sometimes a sense of entitlement makes everything into trouble. So what are these 4 points? Gossiping, we know very well how gossip happens. The problem with the gossip is that it is mostly speculation about what might be rather than facts. The alternative for here is also to create a great conversations about our own experiences, inviting others to contribute their own, sticking to the facts, or not getting personal about others, discussing the thoughts, discussing what had happened in the meeting. Hey, did you know what he heard said? That communication get traveled to different location, different person, and the message changes. Even be it a gossip or be it a right message, it always doesn't go travel in the right manner always. Why these things will kill the effective team? What are these? Making complaining, right? Complaining about others in a method we used to assert the wrongness of others, the rightness of ourselves, all these things. Sticking with the facts and not not take or make things personal. Do you know what are these These are one of the important thing that no one should have, be it a student, be it a professor, be it in HR, be it in CEO or a human. We should not have this. This kills the team and makes it ineffective. Is the session going well? Honest answers. Honesty answers. Good.
Yes, it is well.
Okay, thank you. All right, good. So let me ask a question, right? So it's a riddle kind of thing, right? You can catch me, but you cannot throw me. Who am I? You can put the chat. You can catch me, but you cannot throw me. Watching. Okay. Anyone has an answer? You can catch me, but you cannot throw me. Who am I? Okay, I will answer myself. It's cold. COLD. Okay, good. Okay, good. Someone got the answers, searched and found it. Okay. I'm the beginning of everything and the end of everywhere. I'm the beginning of eternity. I'm the end of time and space. Who am I? I'll not repeat the question.
E.
Ah, someone is very attentive. Okay, okay, that's great. Who answered it? No, it's E.
Neeraj, sir.
Neeraj. Thank you, Neeraj. That was very fast. Okay, good. I have 1,000 wheels, but I don't move. What is that? This is if the answer is on the ground, no one can search for it. Okay, time is out. I have 1,000 wheels, but I don't move. The answer is parking lot. Okay, okay, good. Okay, hope nobody's sleeping now. So we are.
Ashwin sir.
Hello. Yes,
Sir,
madam.
this is Tilagamani ma'am.
Hello, ma'am.
How are you? How was the session? Because I could not join during the introduction.
Okay, no problem. No
since
problem.
I was caught up in a meeting.
Okay.
So I hope my faculty members have taken it forward. And
definitely, ma'am. Thank you.
I got a feedback from my faculty members. The session was very good. And I hope for other external participants also, it would have been a good experience.
Okay. Okay, definitely, ma'am. Thank you so much for inviting me. As soon it was asked, I started preparing this. I was studying about it. I know effective team building, but I have seen it on an practical experience, not as a presentation. But this is very nice, and I have heard stories also from the team. Yes, madam. Someone wants to say.
No, there was some disturbance, sir.
Okay.
Not a problem.
So it is definitely very interesting. I would like to speak with students and make some events. Also, usually I does it. So if
let us do it, sir, in future.
Yeah,
for the
definitely.
Students too, and this is for a faculty community. And on behalf of MKCE, I thank you for accepting our invitation and spending with us for 2 hours. And really very thankful to you, sir, because your slides was a bit lit, only 4 or 5 slides, but you have expressed it in a very good way. So that was the feedback which I received, and thank